T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
Tell 'em.
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
you are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. Trap Talk presents Nobody's Safe Session. I'm your boy MJ. We have, of course, with me my podcaster in crime, Chris Eaton, motherfucking Chris Eaton dog. And then we got Big Debo in the building next to me. Hi, Chris.
That was exciting. What's up, guys?
Well, fuck, don't be too excited over there. What are you on a Quaalude or what? God damn, that's cool. I thought we had a connection problem at first. He was just like this. Hey,
He had his backup screen up. That's
I
what
like
it
the
was
lighting
doing.
tonight. I like the lighting you have going on tonight. I can actually see your wall, the color of your wall, and I can see your guitar. It looks, I like that. It looks awesome.
So I'm not transparent tonight.
Hey, nice shirt, by the way. I just want to say nice shirt.
First of all, yeah, I'd like to expand on this whole nobody's safe thing. With how gay is this that everybody just showed up wearing the same shirt? But like fucking
I arranged
showed
that.
up.
This is a unified thing. This is a team thing. I asked
Listen.
for team unified stuff tonight.
I'm just saying we're showing up here looking like we're part of a fucking bowling league and fucking it's cool and everything, but we look like a bunch of over 40 dads fucking that got out on a Thursday night, you know?
We got a case of fucking Miller Lite in a chest. We're living all right. How you living, Chris? How you doing, bro?
I'm living the dream. You know how it is. Yeah, just typical bullshit every day. You know that.
What do you think about our guest tonight? Antoine Hood in the building.
Dude, I fucking love Antoine. 15 minutes of lame winner. Okay. 2022. Fucking
Against all odds, against fraudulent, against fraudulent, I don't want to say competitors, but there was people going for the same award. You know what I mean? And I remember it was a big accomplishment for a lot of people that year. It was awesome. I mean, it was awesome to see certain people not win it. Don't get me wrong. I thought,
yeah, no. I agree with that too. But you know, just like always, some fucking dickhead from Canada fucked it up. So it's typical. And I know you were just there, so fucking I'm gonna go light on them tonight. But there's always one dickhead.
I think that's everywhere. There's always a dickhead everywhere. I think it's like a ratio of how many people in a room. There's going to be that cock. You know what I mean?
I'm just
And if you don't see him, you're that guy. All right.
What are you going to say?
I'm just trying to get this contact high today, so my eyes already look like I'm.
I've been ripping dabs next to Antoine. Antoine's just been he's on his Canova fucking Patreon call. which I get kicked off of because I'm not a Patreon. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? No, listen, real quick. Let's get this out of the way real quick. For anyone out there, please go give my man Antoine a follow on Instagram, High Desert Pythons. I've been working with some ball pythons, but just not your average projects. Antoine, I got to give it to you, bro. You're definitely reaching for the stars with what you have going on, but it's been your platform for the beginning. I don't want to say it's been something that you just started because, you know, motherfuckers like Canova were putting it out there. You were about this triple recessive type shit from the get-go.
Yeah, trying to do some new shit, man. That's all, man. Like early on in the industry, you seen people, they come out and they'll buy some expensive like project and then just try to make their money back right away. But I was like, but longevity wasn't there for that, man. So I'm just trying to like keep these projects going for years and years. You know what I mean? So we'll see everything in 5 gene recessives real soon. Well, not real soon, but in a couple years, and then then I can retire.
What do you think of that, Chris?
And I'm thinking, who the fuck cares? Like fucking, like, is this how this is gonna go tonight? It's basically gonna be a ball python show.
I mean, I would say at least 60% of it. Yeah, bro. It's his foundation. That's what he does. That's his, ball pythons is what he. It's like if we had Miguel on here, it would be a great honor. But it's going to be 60% ball pythons. What else are we going to talk about?
Yeah, no,
I mean, there's more we're going to talk about as life shit. We have a bunch of political side of things to talk about for sure. But if we talk about moves that this guy could possibly make in the game, that's, I don't want to say saturated, but how many people are reaching for this dream? You know what I mean?
No, he's a big dog, man. He knows that.
Yes,
I mean, everybody knows fucking Antoine. Like literally everybody knows fucking Antoine. So
okay. At the end of the day, nobody's safe, and I got some things I want to say. Before I get into that, Antoine, I want to say recently I was on a trip with a bunch of fucking sick legends: Bill Stiegel, Marshall Mendez, Gary Shavino, and I want to say I know Bill has asked me, Marshall, and now Gary, all three asked me, "Hey, what's up with this Antoine guy? He seems interesting," and they all have taken a liking to you, man. And I want to say to have that kind of impact, not only in the ball python game, but for like other guys who are well respected, basically the Canovas in their own league, have noticed of what you got going on. That's a huge impact. And I just feel like because you fuck with everybody, from what I see, right? Yeah,
definitely, man. It's all about building these relationships in this industry too. Even the people you probably won't buy from anytime soon. It's just kind of get your face out there, man, and let everybody know, hey, I'm here, man. I'm ready to put in the work and like actually be respected by my peers, not just be some asshole that jumps in here, gets his money and bounces. You know what I mean? So to me, that's more important, getting the respect and admiration of everybody else in the industry. The money will come later, you know what I mean? But now it's about time putting that work in.
Let's talk about like pre-fucking you even being on Chris's show or my show, when you were just kind of getting your feet into this. How did you feel about getting tapped into the right kind of people to help you out? I mean, was it hard? I mean, I'm curious on where you've seen politics from where you came in to where it's at today, and if it's still the same shit.
Yeah, man, it's a lot different. Like, earlier when I got in, it was just, we didn't have YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that too. It was just like forums and stuff like that. And, you got a chance to introduce yourself and talk about what you wanted to do, but asking questions and trying to like figure this whole thing out was a nightmare, bro. Like, you can't say, hey man, my temperature might be a little bit off today. Is that going to affect my snake? Oh, if you don't know that, you don't need to have these animals and shit. You should go back to breeding pit bulls, Jamal. And so shit used to be, it used to be the Wild West out there. They didn't care, man. But honestly, man, dude, I like the upfront racism a little bit better than like the silent behind your back stuff, because at least question it, right? At least you know where you stand and stuff like that too. You know what I mean? And is it still there now? Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man. I prefer that method. So at least you know who not to fuck with and who you can right away, instead of having people smile in your face and, you know what I mean, doing bullshit behind your back. So
just how I feel like everyone's a hypocrite, and this is, you could take this how you want. I feel like everyone has a little bit of racism in them too.
Oh yeah.
You can say what you want. Say what you want, but everyone has that little bit of tiny ounce of fucking, you know what you're thinking of that slow driver. Just saying.
How does every black joke start?
You looking around like this?
Yeah. Am I good?
Holy shit! Oh man!
But I mean, listen. let me ask you this, Chris. Is one reason why you give two shits about this type of talk is because you know the kind of political and brown nosing type of shit that happens in this kind of game, and why certain people get looked up to and certain people get overlooked and shit like that. I mean, you've seen a lot of that, right?
Yeah. The interesting thing now is that you could know dick and have a fucking YouTube following of 5,000 people and fucking. I was just talking to somebody about this today. A dude was 2 years into this actually has a Patreon and he's somebody's mentor. Like fucking 2 years into this shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You fucking degenerate fucker. And it figures the guy was a Northeast fucking shady breeder, you know, so fucking you never trust those people anyway. Fucking fuck that.
I mean, I will tell you one thing. There are like certain things new people need to be aware about, and that's who to invest your time and even your money to. You know what I mean? Because people, it's easy to paint a pretty picture by posting your success with your clutches and shit. But I mean, no one really knows. Like, if you like look at anyone who kind of has something going good for them, like meaning they're on the right track, they've had some sort of sacrifice. Something bad happened to them, and those are the people I give credit to. You know what I mean? Because that something bad, I don't wish bad on anyone, but you almost want that to happen to you to kind of.
Oh, I totally do. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it builds you, it builds character. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like. I guess it's easy for me to say because I feel like a lot of bad stuff that's happening to me is just karma. So.
No, but if you're just breezing through this shit right now, man, and this thing is easy. I mean, like, you haven't been tested yet. I mean, you just see like the good shit now. Right. So as an animal breeder, period, like I know so many dog breeders who go, oh, I'm gonna buy some fucking Frenchies, and then they spend like $100,000 on Frenchies, and then they got to stick them in the incubator after they're born, and then they fucking die off, and then they disappear. You know, the same thing with our industry. I've seen so many people come and go, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on racks, and they buy a bunch of proven breeders, and they go from living in Colorado to coming down to the desert, and then a female's not doing anything for 2 years, and they go, okay, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So
well, what about that fucking idiot 14-year-old who father put like $1 million into the fucking thing, and then he was like, oh, ball python people are so mean, I want to get out of it. Like, motherfucker, your father just spent $1 million fucking dollars, you dumbass, and nobody's heard of him now. So fuck these ball python people. There's fucking
fuck these ball python.
There's 20%.
Go ahead, Chris.
There's 20% that are worth listening to. Like, because that's the amount of snakes that you see on your feed that are actually worth a second look, right? Like, how many snakes are on your feed that you just scroll past and be like, $100, $100. And how many do you actually stop and look at it and say, all right, this is something a little bit different?
Yeah. My biggest thing, and Antoine, I'm pretty sure this is already probably something you think about, is if there is a lot of people that have Antoine projects, right? Not everyone has space for that shit. You gotta understand, it comes down to holding back certain shit, if not all shit, to give yourself better odds to accomplish these certain projects. But a lot of these people, bro, Chris, you already know this, are gonna be sitting on shit that they can't sell. A lot of them, you know what I mean? Yeah. And what do? You get desperate. So I'm curious about that. Like, aren't we all worried as breeders to like have to almost like sell a het for nothing because other assholes are just giving their hets away? And you know that, like, yeah, that's not a visual, but because it's not a visual, I can't price his het what I feel like I should price it, because this dickhead who has 30 of them is gonna fucking price them for $200. Like, you know what I mean? Now that almost puts pressure on the other breeder who almost shouldn't even sell that snake and just fucking make visuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't see that being a big problem, because hets are still demanding pretty decent money. Possible hets, sell that shit off. Fucking that's a waste of time. Until this testing thing gets down, fuck these possible hets, you know?
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, listen, this is the salesman in me, and you can kiss my ass. But there's no such thing as possible het. There's no such thing as 100%. It's either het or it's not het, motherfucker. Take it or leave it. I don't give a fuck, because you gotta understand, there's certain things that, okay, due to the numbers, this fucking goddamn looking clown thing, even though it's not a visual and it's all its other siblings are visuals, and it has all this crazy like influence. Okay, I have to label you 66% because due to the fact that. Due to numbers, that's what it is. No, fuck that. You know goddamn well that's a clown. I know that's a clown. I'm not going to I'm going to keep it. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? And also, if someone wants to fuck with me and buy my shit, they better believe me when I say I think that's head. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not good with morph market, because morph market you have to be precise. You know
Wait, hold on 1 second. Hello.
Who the fuck is this?
It's who gives a shit called. He wants us to stop talking about this.
You had me concerned for a second. Fuck. Hey, real quick. All right, we're getting things started. If you're just now tapping in, well, we got 100 people tapped in. Hit that like. Let's get that like button. Let's get the likes going because shit's gonna get cracking tonight. And then also, look who's cracking tonight. The mayor of Condro Town dropping $50.
What up, Bill?
Super chat. He had nothing to say.
Bill.
Just $49.99. What's the problem with you guys? Nope. Bill. Bill does not like to give money. Okay, I love you, Bill, but I'm not complaining. But why not just put that penny on? I don't understand.
I think it's from the phone when it does.
Is it the phone that does it? Maybe, Chris. I don't know.
Man, what a non-appreciative fucking outlook to a guy that just gave you $50. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I love Bill, man. Listen, please, Phoenix Reptiles, go give him a follow on Instagram. Bill Stiegel, the mayor of Condro Town. I miss you, buddy. I hope all is well. And dude, this motherfucker is. And okay, can we talk about chondros for a little bit, or do you?
Yeah, I think we should.
Is that going to upset you, Chris?
No,
I mean,
no.
do you hate reptiles altogether, or is it just ball pythons?
No,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yes,
a
a reptile.
lot of them.
He's a frog, and he did it due to a sponsor. That's the only reason.
I don't fuck around.
How is that going? Let's talk about your establishment game. How's the new bioactive system going?
Dude, that shit sucks. That's some bullshit, that bioactive thing. That's like, I fucking spent all this fucking money. What now? You're just like, fuck them. You just put an ad on the screen, motherfucker.
We're talking about Focus Cube because you put this in. It relates to what we're talking about. I was going to have
it is not fucking. I don't like the bioactive thing. I got to bring bugs into my fucking house. I got to fucking do all this shit, and it's so fucking stupid. I don't recommend bioactive.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool if you could attend to it. You know what I mean? And then even then it gets old because if you got something to do, like meaning leave the house for a couple of days, you're going to come back to a shit show.
Yeah. And I got to put fucking, I bought 2 frogs that I really didn't want. Now I got to bring live plants into my fucking house. Like what the fuck, man? It's just not cool, man. It's not
Are the frogs still alive?
Yeah, they're still alive. They're getting fed every day. The fat little bastards. I wanted a pet just like me. You know, where it's just like you're lazy, you just like to eat, you don't really get many vitamins, you don't move a lot. That's you know.
He is built like the frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I see it. I totally see it, bro. Damn.
Chris got a frog butt.
Oh shit. So Chris, let me ask you this. Overall, I mean, if you could kind of reset and put anything else in that focus cube, what would you put if it wasn't a frog? And if you didn't have to do a bioactive, what would
I got 4 more here, so I'm gonna fill them up. But Uromastix, I'm gonna get a Uromastix, I'm gonna get a blue tongue and 1 chondro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
And have you ever worked with chondro? Since we're on the topic,
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
You have? When was that?
I probably in 2002. We got a couple of wild caught chondros. I had them at the house. You know, Bill actually said something interesting to me. He's like, they're not hard to keep.
They're not.
And I kind of agree with that. They're not hard to keep, but they are difficult to breed. That's why kudos to you for fucking, getting those couple out that you did on your first try.
And that's like, let's talk about what I finally got 2 established neonate out of, I think, like over fucking 30 plus goddamn neos that have died on me or something. So it's like, and listen, to me, at the end of the day, I don't rely on that shit for any kind of income whatsoever. So it's just all learning, and I don't mind taking licks, but fuck, I've been taking a lot of licks, especially because this last turnaround, and this is what should teach all you guys a lesson out there trying to fuck with chondros. So here I'm thinking, I think we're on day 52. I get 1 little tiny pip, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to lie to you guys. You guys are my boys. I don't think nothing pip. I think I cut them way too fucking early. Okay, I think they had maybe at least 3 more days at least before a pip, and I thought I saw a slit. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna cut one. So I cut one, and sure enough, it's the one that's thriving the best. It was alive, and I was like, oh my God, look at this thing. You know, I could see that it was alive. A lot of the yolk was absorbed, so I was fucking stoked. So what do? I cut the rest. Okay, and that's where I fucked up. I should have just kind of left the rest. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
at least give it another couple more days, which here I am now realizing after talking to Mad Experience Keepers. But either way, I go ahead and cut the rest, which I think were 13. Or no, 11. My bad. I cut the rest, which were 11. And I see that, you know, some aren't as developed as much as some of the others, but there's movement. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're good. We're in a good place. So the next day, I notice that the ones that were doing the best were dead. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm sorry, excuse me, three of them were dead. So I was like, oh shit, what the hell happened? So I'm like, all right, take a deep breath. It is what it is. You already know this is gonna happen. You know, you still have 9 left. Okay. So we're in a good place. So basically, or eight left. 8 left. So we're in a good place. No, actually, hold on. 12 together. I'm totally fucking this up. There's 12 together. So 9. Now there's 9. Now there's 9 left. Okay. So now there's 9 left. I'm like, fuck it. We're good. I come back the next day, bro. 6 are dead. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this. Now I lose my shit. I go from taking deep breaths to like, you already know this is about to happen, to just boom. They're fucking dead. And I only have 3 surviving ones that were already out perched, but all the other ones that died were still in the egg. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it was terrible. But all I could do is just, that's what I get. I really thought I had 11 in the bag. I remember my boy Andrew, shout out to Andrew Acevedo. He was like, bro, do not post those. Because I showed him, I was like, look, 11. And he's like, all right. He's like, don't post them. And what do? I fucking post them. And that's when everything went to shit. And that's what you get. It's not, I mean, I'm still not even out of the bag. Like, here's the thing, right, Chris? So check this out. All this horror shit I'm telling you, and then you think, oh, finally you got a couple that are eating, right? And then I'm talking to Marshall Mendez, letting him know the success I'm having, and he's like, oh, congratulations. Now Prolapse is next. Wow. Thanks a lot, Marshall. And I was like, I almost wanted to snap on him, but it's Marshall. I'm not gonna snap on him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to take. It's like when a big homie clowns you. What are you gonna do? You can't say shit. You know.
Right. You gotta take it like a bitch. Yeah.
Take it. But he's also just being for real. It's like, I mean, that's just what's happened to him. He's had prolapses, and so you know, even them being 7 meals deep. I think Bill Stiegel told me he's had neonates prolapse on like 8th or the 9th meal. And it's like, oh, fuck. Imagine all that. Like, and I've only had 3. So imagine how, like, these motherfuckers like Socrates, Bill Stiegel, Patrick Holmes, who are establishing like 15 in a clutch. So we're talking like 30 of them, 40 of them. Like Socrates is a madman. His fucking goal, bro.
Yeah.
He wants to have 26 chondro clutches, bro, in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's his goal. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Chondro Marcus can be happy.
If your job was to discourage me from dealing with these things, congratulations, you won. Because fucking, what the fuck is Antoine gonna do with these things if a dude named Socrates got to make him work and shit? Get the fuck out of here! Oh yeah, Antoine got some chondros. Yeah, I'm cool. Nah, fuck that.
You had a good podcast with Socrates. I gotta say, Chris, that was definitely.
Oh man, yeah, no, he's such a fucking awesome guy, man.
With everything else going on this year, you're going to Arlington for sure, right, Chris? Obviously, we talked about that. So you're going to attend Arlington, which is your first Arlington, or have you been?
No, it's my second or third.
Second or third. When was the last time you've been to Arlington?
2019, I think.
2019.
Yeah.
Shit, before the blip, huh?
Right before.
Before the blip, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then I was at Conroe the following year. I skipped Arlington and just went to Conroe. And then I'm just going back to Arlington this year. I just figure could see some more people that I normally wouldn't see at like a Conroe show or a Austin show. So
are we talking about chondros again? Oh, Conroe. Okay,
Conroe.
Conroe.
We'll talk about chondros all night. I'm down. Now listen. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. With the shows, right, Chris? I mean, do you feel like, I don't know, 2019 was popping, I feel like. I don't know if you guys remember Arlington in 2019, but I remember it being very packed. I remember there's Canadians, which I know you give 2 fucks about, that were there. I think Khalil, I don't know if it's Khalil, but Will Morris was there, and he was telling me how like that time was like comparable to like Tinley type shit. Like that's how popping Arlington was. So I don't know if you feel like Arlington is a good vibe and everything goes well. Do you feel like it'd be something that you'll be attending more often or no?
Yeah. I mean, I like Texas a lot, and I'm more apt to go to a Texas show than a Chicago show. You know, because the problem with Tinley is that there's just too many ball python dickheads telling you how they're going to revolutionize the industry, and it's like a third more than show up for Arlington. And that third would throw me over the edge. Fuck those people. Not saying that I'll never go to Tinley, but fucking, it would be aggravating. I'd probably get beat up. I'd have to bring Antoine to Tinley.
Hey, Chris, look.
What do you mean those people?
Dude, Arlington is for the brisket, and Tinley is for the strippers.
Right, calm down with those people, okay? fucking the closest thing Antoine's ever felt to being a slave is when he picked the fucking cotton out of a Tylenol bottle, okay? So fucking calm the fuck down.
Holy shit.
And listen, those people, the fact that Antoine's black is like the fifth thing that's wrong with him, okay? So fucking I got 4 other things that I could go after first.
Let's talk about let's talk about his advertising and his marketing. That kind of nobody's safe right now. Antoine, listen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go first, and you could go. Then you could go after Chris. Okay.
Right.
Because Chris actually has a policy, and I almost expect people to understand this, but now I'm gonna have to lay it down in an email. I'm gonna lay it down on a piece of Sharpie paper. But the rule of not going on anybody's show 2 weeks prior of going on his show, like that's Chris's rule, right? So you went ahead and market that you're gonna come on this show with this legend right here, and it was great fucking post. Guy got good likes, and then the next post. What was up with the next post? Why would you go from marketing something like this and then posting something like you did afterwards? I'm curious.
Which time? I just post shit, man. There's no strategy, man. See, I'm one of those like throw it at the wall and see what sticks type of people. I don't have a fucking outline of a plan and shit. It pops up, I think about it. That's just it, man. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason why.
Is it really that? Is it that you
anything.
don't? Is it you just throw? If you think something, you just throw it out without even thinking any of like your prior engagements or in kind of like your agenda of what's popping and what's not.
Dude, I do so much shit, man. I don't fucking.
He doesn't understand.
I really don't know about that. I don't know I don't know who doesn't fuck with who. I don't know what pops up. I don't know, man. I posted and that's it. So
nah, can't do it like that. When you do that, there's gonna be consequences and repercussions, okay? Because at the end of the day, fucking what MJ's not telling you, okay? Because MJ and I spoke about this, all right? Like, why the fuck would you advertise that you're going on a show with like 2,000 views on YouTube, let's say, right? And then the very next post, go on a show that has like 200 views on YouTube, right? And I believe, fucking MJ said that's like posting a picture of you with a really hot girl, but then following that up with a picture of you with a really dumpy girl,
or a tranny or something,
and no offense to the other guys. No offense to the other guys.
I don't even know the other guy. Bless him. But this is a main event. This is a huge event here, and he knows it.
Right, but do you think numbers wise, either one is going to change? Like how you think? I don't think it's going to affect anything like views wise. So I mean,
the reason why we're all wearing the same shirts is because appearance is everything. Okay. God damn it. You ever look at a cereal box and how good it looks and why you're willing to stare at it while you eat the cereal? And then there's certain cereal boxes like Chex or some shit that just has nothing to look at. You know what I mean? There's levels to this, Antoine. That's all I'm trying to say here.
Bro, but I'm the show.
You are
so
the show. I can't even.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You can't even argue with that.
And he put up his sleeve, so now I'm really worried. So now I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I could just talk shit because I'm fucking here. You're literally right there. So fucking, I can make fun of him for his corny ass dad jokes, but you really can't because he could just reach around and choke you out, man.
Good point, Chris.
I like it kind of turned to an intervention on me, but
good point. Good point, Chris. Nobody's safe. Why the fuck are you having everyone send a picture of themselves wearing their shirts? And you're are you writing these quote unquote oh my God, look at this sexy guy. I can't. He is.
I write every one of them.
Oh, you have that has to be you, correct?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I write every one of them. Yeah.
Have you gotten sued for that yet?
No, it pisses off so many women though.
He did get a warning though from somebody.
Whoa!
Ironically, wait, did I?
Who gave you a
warning?
warning?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Hold on, we got to talk about another warning too. Okay, let's talk about this one first. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Chris's turn. Go ahead. You go first.
Oh no, I
you go first. You go first. You go first.
What do you want to talk to him about? What do you want me to say?
Who warned?
The post you made about the shirt and the warning from the dad.
Oh, yeah, girl's dad contacted me.
Girl's dad saying what?
Yeah, saying my girl is not a sex object to be used to sell your fucking shirts.
You show some fucking respect, all right?
Show some respect. Yeah.
Well, God bless. Was this recent?
And yeah, this was just about a month ago. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, what are you gonna do, right? Like,
you don't want me as an enemy, buddy. I'll tell you that.
What you said? Yep.
Oh, shit. This is coming from him. Was this like in a comment thread or what was this?
What was a comment? And he DM'd me also.
Yep. And then Chris straight bitched up too. Yes, sir. I'll take it down.
No, I did not. No, I did
right
not.
Away. Right away, sir.
No. Yeah, the picture's still up, so fucking see how much I did stuff, you know. The guy like
wow.
he actually signed it like the captain or whatever, right? Yeah. And so I wrote back, I'm like, well, Bill, okay, I didn't mean any disrespect, right? Like, so it was pretty funny, but I contacted the girl and you know, she was like, don't worry about it, you know.
How old is the girl?
But no.
How old is the girl?
What's that?
With kids.
She's a what?
She's a whole ass adult with kids and everything.
And her dad came to fucking try to punk you, and she's a grown ass fucking woman.
Oh
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
But normally the women that come after me aren't the girls in the picture. The women that come after me are like the fucking fat dumpy lesbians, and
the
they
ones that
fucking
didn't make it.
They hate me. Yeah, they fucking they do not like me at all. All right? So
well, I mean,
I'm okay with that.
I feel like you don't discriminate. With all due respect, not all the girls you post are fucking. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree.
One I thought was a dude, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was confused, and I was like, you know, and I feel like that's really open of you to do that. I think that's not because you know, goddamn well, you're being nice by doing that.
Well, also here's the thing, like fucking. I don't do any breeding. I don't do anything like you know. So when someone buys a shirt, I'm appreciative of it. You know, appreciative of it. And I just think that I'm gonna pull a fucking Will Smith fucking quote here, and like no woman wants to wake up in the morning and not be called beautiful that day. So fucking if I could do a little bit to make some people fucking smile, I'm gonna fucking do it. And fucking you know, what are you going to do?
You're beautiful. Words can't bring me down.
And what I do is that, I play guitar for some of them on video chat. I fucking, you know, I do it all.
Hey, Chris, this is the same thing as a participation trophy. You know that, right?
Dude, let me tell you something.
Everyone's a winner.
That's very true, Antoine. That's very true. Okay.
Okay. Let's talk.
I can't even argue that.
Let's talk some other truth, Chris. And here's another thing. It has to. I'm sure this is going to get way too big, and I hope it does because God bless you. Knock this shit down already. But your open Zoom call to the fucking public, everyone invited, wherever the fuck you are, come to your open Zoom call. How are you managing or even have the headspace to have all these people on a screen and everything's kind of relevant where someone's learning something? I'm just curious. How does that go down? I'm curious.
Well, first of all, if you come to my Zoom call, nobody's learning anything. Antoine knows that.
Yeah, I was about to say learn.
What? So is it just stare at each other in the box like it's fucking?
No. You can't have snakes on. There can't be any snake talk. I don't want to hear shit about snakes. So once you start talking about snakes, you either get muted. If you do it again, you get thrown out. You can't have one of your children come on screen because if I see a kid, you're automatically getting thrown out. And it's just kind of a fun time to fucking make people laugh. There's no snake talk. You don't listen to Snakes and a Fat Man to learn proper husbandry. You listen to Snakes and a Fat Man to fucking laugh and fucking that's why the people do it. And I'm not going to complain about that. But I could honestly tell you, no one has learned anything on my Zoom call or my show.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's Zoom calls I've had, which shout out to my Patreon members. I love all you guys. I love my Sunday Zoom sessions, but you have that one first timer who's there and he just can't wait to talk about his snake, and he has it right there next to his face.
Oh, I hate those people. Yeah,
and it's like, and he's like, I try to go in order, right? Like if there's boxes and he's just sitting there the whole time, and I'm just like, wait, I'm like, I really hope by the time I get to him, that snake is just put away, and he's over it, and it's like, nope. And,
Yo, your snake is fucking dead, dude. It is. Oh my god! I don't know what happened.
No, dude, no, my page. Fuck that. Trappers don't do that. Trappers never say die. That actually, you know what? That kid who actually was that kid is never. I don't want to go there, but dude, wow. I'm just saying, everyone's excited, but put your snake away, man. Like,
put your snake.
Nobody wants to see your doofy snake on shitty 720 DPI streaming StreamYard. Like, get the fuck out of here. You can't even tell what it is. Put that shit away. Nobody cares.
I could definitely see how much more fun and more easy it is to deal with a conversation of people just talking about life shit. That's not just typical, just all snake
all
stuff.
It's about.
Yeah, right. And I don't know. I could definitely feel like my Zoom meetings are a debrief of what I've done, but then also we just get down to just real talk and shit like that too. I air out. I'm sure you. I don't know. Do you air out any kind of thing on your Zoom calls? Like, as far as
I do. And since we don't record it, people feel safer to talk shit about other people because they know that at the end of the day, that only 40. It's like when I was in high school. Like there was no fucking Facebook or anything. So, and anything I did in high school is just a rumor. Right? Like fucking, and that's how, I want people to feel like they could just air out their shit. But Antoine knows. Antoine fucking fell off his chair the last time he was there. Fucking laughing so fucking hard. Yeah. So it's just a fun thing. And I just, I like doing it. And fucking a ton of hot chicks show up. So I'm thrilled with that. And that's what I'm all about, so.
Spoken like a true man. Shout out to the homie Sean Perry, Sound Serpents, Patreon member for sure. Give this guy a follow. Works with a bunch of sick shit. So homie. Okay. Other than, let's see, this dad hero trying to come at you, Chris. I gotta ask you, the last really big thing that you've had to deal with when it came to pissing off a big group of people was, I forget what was it. I mean, was it the LB? Whatever QT, what the fuck ZT?
No, it's a hot chick episode, I think.
That's what it was.
The last time, yeah.
And
the alphabet people fucking hate me, man. It's not, yeah. I'm like the white Chappelle, man. They cannot stand me at all. Like,
but was it? I'm curious. Was it something because it caught wind of other group of people who had nothing to do with reptiles, or was it all reptile people coming at you?
No, it was, well, what happened was some fucktard from Canada, I asked her to be on, and she comes, up to the group like 5 days later, and she's like, I'm losing 1,500 people every 10 minutes. This is not good. So I said, listen, then don't fucking do it. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't fucking do it, right? But what this chick did was she leaked my email of me telling all the girls, listen, when you show up, make sure you slap some makeup on, okay? Because fucking this is called the hot chicks episode. For the all hideous chicks episode, we're just doing audio, so it doesn't matter. So fucking that pissed off so many people. Yeah. And it was all women that wouldn't be invited to the fucking show anyway, so
which made it all worse.
well, some Instagram groups tried to shut me down, calling me sexist. Instagram obviously checked me out and then checked them out. And then Instagram shut them out because Instagram decided they were showing more sexist pictures than I was. So,
wait, so like actually Instagram, like you had people
shut down the accounts. Yeah.
Wow. You gotta be fucking kidding me. The nerve of people, bro. What the fuck? Yeah. Like just relax, like chill. Like, I mean, obviously it's part of your persona. Like it's not like and you're doing it to your invited guests. That's why I don't know how.
Because I mean, if it's an opinion account, you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, he does this and he does that." So at that point, eventually it goes to slander. So and then Instagram don't want to get involved in those type of lawsuits and shit like that. So they was like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Shout out to me, Jerome. No Limit Royals in the building.
What up, Jerome?
Has he been a 15 minutes on time yet? Has he been on your show yet? He has, right?
Jerome? Yeah, Jerome's been on. Yep.
Shout out to him.
He was in my bracket last year. He got his boot smoked. Love you, Jerome.
Hey. Hey Chris, I want your prediction on something, okay? And I want you to don't fucking sugarcoat this shit at all, okay? Pretend like I'm one of those fucking goddamn dads trying to come at you for posting my 36-year-old daughter's picture in your goddamn fucking crop top. But Antoine, homie Jacob, let's see, Jerome. Who else am I missing that you're gonna vend with?
Andrew and Troy.
Andrew, Troy, all good guys, right? But they're vending together. Do you feel something like that will last? As far as like, do you think they'll ever get competitive with each other at some point, and that their friendship won't be what it is? I'm serious. I want to hear what Chris has to say on this. I'm curious.
All right. First of all, I think it's pretty innovative for dudes to fucking share a fucking row or whatever they're gonna do, right? But the people doing it now don't understand what it was like 5 years ago when somebody would cut their fucking mother's throat to earn $10 extra, right? Everybody's all like, I hope you succeed. I hope you do great now. Like, how long do you think that's going to fucking last? Now, I'm not saying that those guys are going to, have a friendship collision, because I like all of those guys, so I think that if anybody could do it, they're a good first trial run. I love fucking Andrew. I love fucking Jerome. I love fucking Antoine. I don't really know Troy all that well.
Troy's good, but I don't really know him that well either. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Troy's a shit, man. Troy's a beast.
Why do you have to wear why do you have to wear a suit all the time though? That's what Chris is thinking.
Yeah, no. I say the same thing. I think his shtick is a little fucking whatever, but I'm wearing a fucking stupid top hat. So what the fuck do I know? So
Dude, he would look sick with that top hat. If actually Troy needs a top hat like that, that'd be, I think
the top hat gets me laid. I got to be honest with you. And when you're on the underside of average like I am, you need anything you could do to fucking put something on you. I think Antoine called me the train conductor from Ghost once. So,
well, being fair, that was after you told me I look easy to draw. So
no, I think I told Antoine he looks like a blind kid tried to draw Michael B. Jordan. Fucking
holy shit.
So but I think those guys are going to hold it together. I think they're five solid guys that are all friends anyway. So I think they'll be fine. Now, if you start taking your average dickhead who's vending at a show and they decide to get four other people to vend with, I guarantee there's going to be a fight at the show when somebody's competing with somebody, because some dickhead is going to be like, I'll give it to you for $200 less. And some dickhead's going to do that. I don't see Andrew doing that to Antoine or Jerome doing that to any of the other guys.
I think we work a lot of different projects too, but also we don't need to vend at shows. We do well on Morph Market and all live on social. So it's just pretty much us. It's just an excuse to go to Vegas, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Yeah,
and you have people that kind of rely on shows for their sales too. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, if you're new into this, sales going to a show, it should just be all about wanting to get yourself out there, because it is cool to see all you guys together. Just be cool to see bigger signs.
well, the thing is that fucking people at shows, they want a picture with Antoine. They want a picture with Jerome. They want to, so it gives them the chance to fucking do that, because somebody said this to me at some point. Like, you're somebody's Guns N' Roses, right? Like, Antoine is somebody's Guns N' Roses. Fucking
higher.
But fucking
he's somebody's Eddie Murphy, motherfucker.
but it's a big deal, for some fucking hick from fucking Alabama to get a picture with fucking Antoine or Jerome or fucking, any of these guys. So fucking that, I think Antoine even said on certain lives that he does, he's like, don't be afraid to come up to me and take a picture. He's like, don't say things like, oh, you were busy talking to Cusco. I didn't want to interrupt you,
Right. I mean, I have to ask you this, Antoine. I mean, I see that you do what you can, meaning you have a 9 to 5, you have an actual job, career that you have on top of doing the snake. So anytime I see that you can make it to a show, I get stoked. But have you even have like a thought in your mind on if you have a certain season go that well that you could maybe do this for a full time and say fuck your job, or no?
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, it's already coming. I'm just waiting for child support to stop, and then that's it.
That's a stereotype, but goddamn.
No, I mean, shit, I'm saying I pay $2,800 a month, man. That's an FB40 rack every month. I pay in child support, man. As soon as that shit's done,
odds. That's what I'm saying.
As soon as that shit's done, man, we're in there.
I'm not gonna post what I just saw. Probably an hour, okay. And whoever's probably saw this, it's around. But there's a motherfucker out there asking for $5,000 so he could be a ball python breeder. He's saying, invest in me.
I saw that guy.
Give me money so I can buy racks. Give me money so I can buy snakes, and watch what I do with it. And if you do, I'll give you shout outs.
Dude, the account has 126 followers on
what the fuck is that? Dude, somebody had to break into this guy's account. This has to be like fucking some hacker shit. Like
so look, this guy with the same name had this post a couple months ago. I even sent it to Chris, and we had a ball with it and shit too. And then but this new account now, like I said, literally has like 120 followers on there. So I don't know if somebody cloned it and just put a different link to get money, or I don't know, man. But
it's fucked up. Like who couldn't use 5K? Are you kidding me? Go fuck yourself. Like who the fuck are you? So like someone who should put any of their hard work earned money into your pocket. Nobody got that fucking lift around from what I could see.
Yeah.
Like you know, and like I said, who couldn't use $5,000 right now?
For real.
Anyone could use 5K. That's a lot of balls right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of balls.
Well, yeah, but not only that, and fuck you, Billy, Mutation Creation, motherfucker. Right? He called me slush, right?
Yo, he called you slush.
Yeah, he said I look like Slash's pilled up uncle. All right.
Yo,
hey, Billy's ruthless.
Billy's crazy.
Hey, I could say though,
man.
hey, check it out. Yeah, I know how you are with Canadians, but you should come with me next time I go up to Canada because this guy's place is sick. It was cool.
I love Billy. Fucking Billy is the nice thing about Billy gets the joke, and Billy, understands when to play, and fucking he understands it. I'm gonna go up there as part of the No More Balls tour, and fucking I'm gonna do the interview from the parking lot. I don't want to see one ball python
from the basketball court.
Yeah, okay. If that's the case, definitely don't walk in there because it's literally like the Disneyland of fucking ball python breeder. Like everything, walls colored, coordinated. There's red, orange, yellow. There's a parrot that speaks to you. It's very ball python influenced in there. That's all it is. But I mean, like I said, if you're us, you're gonna love it. Like it yourself. You might want to kick in the park.
If I walk in there and that parrot says "nigga," I'm fighting everybody in there. I'm like,
hey,
yo,
Billy, come here real quick.
I'm like, yo, this is cats doing, isn't it?
Dude, that is super all right, here we go. Okay, listen, we're just under an hour. Shout out to everyone tapping into over 120 people in the building. That's what's up. Let's get the lights up because we got this next topic that's coming in hot here. Shout out to Brian Barczyk. Just had Brian Barczyk on the show. We talked about the one and only Animal Con event that's happening. And Antoine, you going? Hold on. Hold that thought real quick, okay, Chris? But Antoine, are you going to Animal Con?
No. I don't even know when it is.
Okay.
I thought that was that shit in Mexico that Miguel was going to. I was like, that's not animality.
Which is the Animal Con, I guess, in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And here's Bill and Chris are on the same page on this one, probably. Listen, okay, let's talk about it real quick, okay? Because I said, if anyone watched that episode, okay, when we got to the topic, I said, I'm a little, I guess I have concerns, you know, and he were like, well, what's your concerns? And, you know, I'm just like, well, what the fuck? What's the purpose of it really? Like, why? And because, you know, all I could think about is Chris saying it's an ego stroke off, you know, like all I could see is these like YouTubers I hate jerking each other off. And I'm just like, I know, like that was my concern. And I'm trying to get that out of my head. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, and Antoine, you know this, Chris probably doesn't care. But with any breeder trying to get their name out there, you need so many platforms, if not all platforms, to make yourself relevant. I don't give a fuck what you say, what you make. You need to do that. One of the biggest platforms being YouTube. Shit. Look, YouTube even brought fucking Snakes and the Fat Man in the building, which he just barely did this year. It was just this year you did that, right, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So at the end of the day, we can all agree this is what the fuck you need, right? Can we all agree to that?
Yeah. Yep.
There are people out there who are really good at this. Like, I'm not talking about like us, you know, breeders who are, that's why we're really here, right? But there's motherfuckers who have people looking at them, which we can't really tap into because how big they are. And that's a dangerous road to play. But at the end of the day, if we're trying to have our work be looked at by more people and tap into people who aren't tapped into what we're doing already, this animal complex might be a place for you to, if you don't, and this is if you have no idea how to do YouTube, if you're like, how the fuck does YouTube work? Because there's panels, there's platforms, there's ways out there to help you become a YouTube, be good at YouTube and make yourself relevant. So my biggest thing is, right, if you're somebody who looks up to Barcheck, if you look up to Miguel, if you're looking up to Antoine, people who have a really huge push on YouTube and you're trying to figure that shit out and you're trying to get plugged up, that might be a huge advantage to go to Animal Con. So that's what I took away from the actual interview.
All right.
You want to go, Chris?
Yeah.
You got this. Go ahead.
Hey, Antoine, why don't you go first? Because I have some stuff to say.
Oh shit! I'm gonna light dab after he's done. I'm gonna smoke a fat dab.
I hate the name, bro. Like Animal Con to me is like Comic Con. So dressing up as animals, so furry convention. That's what I get out of fucking Animal Con. I was like, oh, we gonna dress like foxes and fuck each other. So, but they said it's not that. So yeah, I just the name was just weird to me. I think a little bit more creativity could have been put behind the name, and it just really doesn't show what it's about. Because Animal Con, like on the other hand, just sounds like another trade show for reptiles. So, and I was like, okay, what's the difference? Until he explained it.
Well, even when he explained it, you kind of folded really quick. Where you know, I mean, you treated it like you remember those white people going to the black people neighborhoods. And at the end of the movie, the white guy is always like, oh, I never really thought of it that way. That's how MJ was like to Barcheck. He was like, oh, really? I never really thought of it that. Great. So now what's going to happen is after all this YouTube convention, there's going to be 5,000 other dickhead, lowbrow, non-contributing zeros doing YouTube shows that we got to fucking compete with. All right? So fucking fuck that thing. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just not cool, man.
No, okay, hold on. But what about the flip side, though? What if you are getting more traction for what you're trying to do, bro? We need more breeders to fuck with us. Hello, that's what brings us more attention.
Here's the thing, though. Breeders are not going to go to Animal Con. Like, I could guarantee not one of my listeners or viewers or Antoine's listeners or viewers are going to Animal Con. You are, okay, but...
Fuck. And Socrates is going. He listens to both of us. What do you have to say to that?
Socrates is going because you're going. Okay, let's comment there. All right,
dude. Okay, you need to slow down because, dude, Socrates is about this shit. He was asking me how he could be on that roster, and I'm like, almost like, well, fuck. I'll just tell Barcheck to put you on, take my ass off, you know. Although I wouldn't. Hold on, damn, that was mean. I don't want to do that though. Like, I'm happy to be a part of it, but let me just tell you how excited Socrates is to get himself out there on the YouTube platform. You know, Socrates has his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
My philosophy for Socrates.
What's Socrates?
Yeah. Go to, and I actually gave him that name. Fucking. Anyways, I'm just saying. But dude, he's all about it. God bless him. He wants that life, and I'm just like, I'm happy. I know people were about that life, but I don't want that realm. I'm just so happy with all these degenerates with right here. You know what I mean? Like degenerate reptile lovers. I'm happy with my place right here. Do you know what I mean? Because as you tap into that world, deeper and deeper, it gets faker and faker, and I can't handle that shit. You know, like I need raw fucking conversations. I need my boy Chris, homie Antoine, who've been through shit, and I can actually relate to him. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. There's people out there that want that dream, Chris. You know that. You know, there's people out there.
Yeah, there is. But
on YouTube.
But at the end of the day, I don't think that you and Jay Brewer are going to be put in a room and come to some kind of, linear way of thinking. I don't think you and Nerd are going to be put in a room together and something good is going to come out of it.
We don't hate each other. I don't have no problem with Kevin, bro. Like my problem was with the person representing his brand. I have nothing but the most up respect as far as what Kevin's done. I mean,
but he's going to be there too.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, I like I said, he has no. Even that guy, I have no problem with that guy. Like he is who he is. I know why he's here. I understand why Donnie is here, and that's for him to do what he does for Kevin in the ways that he does it. That's cool, and I can't knock it. Look, people don't like the way how I smoke and cuss and do my shit. I do my thing, so I can't really, do you, bro, and that's fine. And actually, I kind of like the way how he exposes some motherfuckers. Some of that shit was actually pretty on point. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's also like heavy. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that comes from Nerd is heavy. Like the surgery processes and shit on. It's heavy stuff. Nerd is a heavy channel. You know what I'm saying? So God bless him. Nothing against him. At the end of the day, bro, Nerd is a legendary fucking name. And I've never bought any animals from them, but I respect them, and got no problem with them. I've had Kevin on my show, and I thought that was an honor. But at the end of the day, man, no one's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, Chris. How much longer can a piece of shit go trying to think he's not a piece of shit when they're really a piece of shit? I feel like that.
I could lay out 9 names right now. I could fucking lay out 3 after a drunken stupor. Are you fucking kidding me? But pieces of shit don't know they're pieces of shit.
But you're coming from a place where a lot of these pieces of shits weren't exposed as much. Now exposure is happening. Now there's people who are blatantly pieces of shit on paper, on video, and it can only go for so long where there's so much writing on the wall, and these pieces of shits become a shit stain that happens to get in your underwear. Not for me.
I think this hobby is rife with fucking pieces of shit. Look at Chris Cersei. Fucking still selling ball python.
Yeah.
Look at fucking Bob Clark, still selling shit. Like there's just people that show up and fucking they know that they could take a beating. It'll last 6 weeks and then people forget about it. So I mean that's just the way it is right now. So pieces of shit aren't getting called out. I mean there's a ton of retic guys that are pieces of shit too that fucking have been known for doing piece of shit things for the last, 10 years. And they're still in business. They're still selling animals. So I get what you're saying, where people know you're a piece of shit now quicker than ever. But also at the same time, so many new people are coming into this that haven't heard that they're a piece of shit. So fucking, why do you think Jay Brewer got 32 billion fucking subscribers? Like fucking, there's new people coming in every day. So
he's in Hollywood. The thing with Jay, fuck whatever, Prehistoric Death is that it's in the heart of Los Angeles, like in the Los Angeles district area where.
Yeah, but not really. It's in Orange County.
Bro, it's right there. It's connected to where he doesn't need any breeders. He doesn't need any support. All he has is all these loaded ass motherfuckers that he collabs with. He has other places. His money's elsewhere. It's not with us. You know what I'm saying? Where, to just give Barczyk the credit, Barczyk does look out for fucking people who do look up to him, especially the breeders. He's, you know what I mean? And the thing is, he's also not perfect either. He has his stories and whatever the fuck Barczyk has, which we all do at some point. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I can't argue what you're saying, though. I mean, what we're just talking about, Prehistoric Death. Like, what a name, and it's still relevant somehow. That guy,
right? Exactly.
And there's people. Here's another. I don't mean to cut you off, but people that know how I feel about this guy still take pictures with him at his place, and I'm like, wow. It's like, bro, you clearly, I hope you don't burn your clothes. I hope you take your clothes right to your collection. I hope you put a snake around your neck. That's what I hope you do.
Right. Well, the thing is, there's a world of difference between Barczak and Brewer, right? Like Barczak,
night and day.
Yeah. Barczak, I respect him 90% of the time. You know, the Animal Con thing, I think might be a misstep. I think he's getting too into the YouTube creation world too fast because he just got his 1 million subscribers, right? Like last year or this year. And
on YouTube?
Yeah, hit 1 million.
Yeah.
I thought he's had 1 million.
It might be 3 million.
Last year he hit some.
I could be wrong, but continue, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. This Animal Con thing, I think it was. I just can't see like none of my friends are like, can't wait for Animal Con. You know, make sure you check out MJ at Animal Con. No offense, but fucking
wow,
none of my friends are going.
Hey,
you know?
By the way, little slushy, real quick, okay?
Yeah.
I have 8 people that pay $30 that want to meet me. So go fuck yourself, okay? I don't know who they are. I don't know if they have any teeth. I have no clue. But whatever, they're gonna be. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but whatever.
8 people, huh? What? That'll make the trip down there worth it. Sure. Great. $240. That'll pay for half your ticket. All right, cool. Get 8 more. Fucking it's covered.
Not even.
Wait, how much that shit cost?
I don't know.
well, it costs like $60 a day, right? But then, don't they have to like pay more to meet individual people, like at a Comic-Con?
I think there's like VIP like lounges,
right? Oh shit, like the Chris Brown photo ops and shit that cost $1,000.
Right. You'll be seeing MJ fucking like humping fucking fat white chick for $30. Fucking
shit, for $1,000.
My wife keeps a shake in her. My wife keeps a shake in her clutch, and I would never do anything like that. I don't care. $1,000 sounds about right though.
You give me $1,000.
Yeah, $1,000. My wife would have to be there though.
Yeah, $1,000 you could grind that fat ass on MJ. Fucking that's cool. All right.
At the end of the day, you two fucks aren't going. I'm going. I'm trying to have positive looks on this, and I think that if it does turn out to be something like worth going to again, I think more breeders should maybe be open to it. If I'm talking about Chris, if I happen to, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, I promise you, Chris, you can read right through my shit. If I come on the show after Animal Con and I'm saying, oh, it was sick and all this shit, and I'm lying, please call me out on it. I'm telling you right now, but I really feel like if it does turn out to be a good outcome, and it is what it is, fuck you. I think you guys should maybe consider it, especially if you want to get tapped into the YouTube world. If you want to get tapped into the YouTube world, of course. And I'm telling you, we all need YouTube. I don't give a fuck. You need YouTube. You do. Sorry. Can I smoke now? I didn't even get to fucking smoke after all that shit. All right. So, okay, hold on. I wanted to lead into something else.
You want to take 5 minutes to fucking burn up, and I'll do a couple of rails off my table here.
I'm curious. He's not fucking around. I'm pretty sure there's a mirror right there with a couple lines racked out. What do you roll? Adderall, Coke? What is it that you like, Chris?
No, I don't do shit, dude. I am an unhealthy fuck. If I still did cocaine, I'd be dead. All right.
He's got a niece that goes, man, Uncle Chris sniffs the table and goes, woo!
What I've been doing now is I've been sniffing the table and then just going, chee, right? Like fucking just to show respect.
Holy shit.
I definitely have people. I've had people really think I do coke before shows, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm just lit. What are you talking about? So I don't know. You never know. Fuck, New York's wild, bro. You motherfuckers are wild out there. You guys are just I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm in the safe suburbs though. I don't fucking do city life anymore. So
right. So Chris, I gotta ask you this, man. What would be something other than a reptile show that would maybe want to get you out to go check out? I mean, dude,
I'm a fucking nerd. I go to like Comic-Cons. I go to fucking gun shows. I do, go to different conventions. And I like going to reptile shows, but I only like going to reptile shows in Texas. I sure as fuck don't go to any in New York because fucking, I'm pretty sure the runners of the New York shows fucking just hate me now because I've torn into them so much. So
they still have like the White Plains shows and those kind of things too, because I don't.
That's Mike Plains, and no, they haven't had it for a while now. So fucking it's they tried to do it in an they tried to do the show in an abandoned Sears.
Wow,
Fucking
Billy.
like 2 years ago.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, Billy don't fuck around. Yeah, fucking yeah.
Billy's eyes were coming at me when I was videoing him. I was like,
Holy shit.
I thought it was a fucking microdoses, but I think Billy's just happy to see me. Shout out to Billy again, my boy. Yeah, no, because I don't know. I feel like one thing you can never take advantage more is traveling and going to places and whatnot. And as much as it could be pain in the ass, by the way, if you travel to Canada, bro, you better. I mean, I got told by I don't know how many people that I was going to miss my flight or delays and all this shit. They advise you get to the airport no sooner than no later than 4 hours before your flight.
Right,
like,
international. Yeah,
fucking nuts. 4 hours, bro. So, I don't know. Just be ready for that.
No, I definitely agree with the traveling thing. What I don't agree with is these grown ass men that are traveling fucking 4 to a fucking 1 hotel room, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm splitting a room with, get the fuck out of here. How are you over fucking 20 and splitting a room with somebody? I mean, that's the gayest fucking thing that I've ever seen. That's so bad. But
so like, is it gay that me and Matt Summers always share a room when we
absolutely 100% gay? That's fucking so gay that the G is soft. It's J. Right, that's fucking Jay.
Super lit. We get super lit and watch South Park, bro. Like that's like honestly, that's like my bro, dog. Why you have to be like that?
This is the first conversation of like 4 conversations that ends with, yeah, we were watching South Park, and next thing I knew, his dick was in my mouth. All right, so fucking that's the way it fucking goes, man. Fucking split hotels and just get 2 hotel rooms. That's all.
Chris's PTSD is no joke.
Oh my god!
But honestly, I can't even lie though, bro. Like you're right, because there's nothing better than having that room just kind of like nothing, dude. Matt's the easiest guy to travel with. Don't get me wrong, but like for instance, at a show, right? Like a lot of these shows I go to, for the most part, it'll just be me in my room, and there's nothing better than that. Not having anyone. Right. But I guess that's kind of just. I don't know. Fuck you. I like traveling with Matt.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a friendship thing. It's a bonding thing. I get it. So I'm just saying that you could travel with Matt and have your own hotel rooms. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder the back of Matt's head. He's like, when is this guy going to give me my own room?
Yeah. Do you think Antoine is sharing a fucking hotel with fucking Troy and Andrew and fucking what's his name?
He would.
Jerome?
Antoine,
I don't think he would.
Antoine would, if it was a cracking ass show and he would sleep on the floor. Antoine, I've seen him sleep the way they slept on my couch before, bro. I had Trap Fest 2021. I had 8 people in my living room, and this fool was half on my couch, half on the floor, and half his sock was missing, and he was just fucking just knocked out.
I woke up with Brandon Wheeler's toe in my mouth.
Yeah,
so
bro.
I wasn't
Talk about weird.
Wasn't too happy about that.
Talk about weird.
So, hey, man,
holy shit!
Sometimes you gotta thug it out, man. So
hey, okay, we didn't talk about a certain topic, which kind of relates to like motherfuckers who think they're sick and they're not, and this kind of goes to people who have, let's say, some sort of a presence on social media, and then they go to a show and they kind of carry this signal with like this like little bit of like, who the fuck, I'm somebody, right? And I don't know if you've gotten wind of this yet, Antoine, or if you've experienced any of this, but in your time, Chris, if you've ever seen somebody kind of just be so full of shit with themselves to where like it was just blatantly writing on the wall and you had to like separate yourself from that person?
Oh yeah. That happens in Texas to a point. I will say that nobody stops a show like Brittany Gobble does. Okay, like Brittany Gobble shows up at a show and fucking clogs up the aisles because so many people want to fucking talk to her. Now, there's dudes out there that think that they could clog up the aisles, but they cannot. Like, nobody gives a fuck about half of these dudes. And I think a lot of people have an over-exaggerated view of their own self-importance. And that's the main problem with this fucking thing, where, it's like being a musician, right? Where you come from being a musician to where you're walking off stage and everybody knows you. And then you go to a supermarket and run into an old friend and they're like, do you do music anymore? And it just fucking deflates your fucking ego, So I've seen a lot of that, and especially nowadays where people are huge on social media and then they go to a show and get ignored. But I love seeing that. That's fucking great. I love seeing like a disappointed look on people's faces. Like that's my favorite thing ever. So
I enjoy it too.
Sometimes got to be humbled, man. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you this: how soon do you feel like somebody should actually not only kind of give direction on how somebody should breed an animal, but like actually have a Patreon page and, you know, asking for people to pay them for their advice when they've only been in the game for, I don't know, a couple years or something like that?
Well, I mean, I think 5 years minimum would be okay to start like a Patreon. You know, like fucking Sean Bradley always gives me a hard time because he started a Patreon back in like 2016, right? And fucking, I told him, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, I do this because I love doing it. I'm not going to fucking beg for money from people, right? And then like 4 years later, when I was like, this fucking podcast is getting expensive, I think I'm going to start a Patreon, right? I start one up, and Sean's like, whoa, dickhead, fucking, you said I would never fucking start a Patreon, but fucking, I've been doing it for 5 years by this point, you know, so fucking... Right. You know, I think, you know, you're allowed to change your fucking mind, man. So fucking 5 years minimum. All right. Fucking 5 years minimum. Breeding probably should be 8. Like you're a motherfucker asking, you know, that if you want to be someone's mentor and you know, and you were doing it for 5 years, motherfucker, you haven't seen shit yet, you know? So that's my take on it.
So how do you feel about when you see a breeder's Patreon pop up and then you see someone on Facebook with a passive aggressive post going, you don't need to subscribe to anyone's Patreon to learn how to breed animals and shit.
Oh yeah.
And they don't at the person or anything like that. They just make the post and then people get in the comment section and start fucking keying. I'm like, hey man.
And then there's the Boy Scouts that are like, oh, anybody asks me something, I'll answer it for free because that's how I was raised. Shut the fuck up, you idiot.
Yeah, but listen, you also have fucking 23 followers and you don't have 4,000 people in your inbox sending you fucking the same clutch ID questions with a fucking egg slit open going, hey, is this the DG clown? I'm like, I see yolk. It's fucking yolk, bro.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, you need to have something that people really see value in and what they want. And if you really want to have a Patreon page based on being a breeder and all you are is reiterating other people's practices that just taught you how to do that a year and a half ago, I don't know. I just feel like you're more like marketing conning motherfuckers in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Which that goes to the person too. You know, I don't know. I feel like wherever you can easily get your information from and you feel like is worth investing, then go that route. But at the end of the day, I just feel like so much shit's watered down. You know, like let's talk about how people felt about Dave Kaufman's video, okay? The ball python African video, which I don't know. I saw it, you know, and I have my take on certain things, you know what I mean? But then also I thought that he just really reiterated things that are already in the book, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see anything like, wow, I didn't know about that, you know what I mean? But you had some people that just fucking couldn't stand it, you know what I mean? You had some people that just didn't really like that, you know, documentary or whatever it is that he did, the movie, I guess you could say. But I don't know. I don't know. I was going with that.
You want to go first, Antoine, or?
Yeah. So I think it did some good with like the newer people in the ball pythons in the community to see like, you know, where we get our numbers from as far as our temperatures and our humidity and stuff like that too. But I think there was another way to do it without seeing a real, like, for lack of a better word, white savory coming to Africa. And just, you know, that's the part that really weirded me out. And a lot of people shared that sentiment, you know. So do I think it was a good show? Yes, it was a really good show, but I just don't like the way it was, the perception of him coming to that situation and the way he complained about things. I just felt that like people who watched that live there should have been offended. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm offended for anybody, but it just came off in a weird way, you know.
I was really concerned that somebody was gonna catch on, like, hey, are you talking shit? Like, are you fucking like, are you like saying something in your camera that and they were gonna kidnap his ass or some shit? Like, I mean, because he was talking some balls in an area that that's not his country. Like, that's not your turf, bro. Like, you know, I take friends over to TJ Tijuana to go get tacos, and you know, you watch and you see certain people making money doing certain things that you don't understand, but you don't understand their life, bro. Tijuana is a really poor country, and it gave me anxiety. Some of the things I saw, you know what I mean. I was kind of like, I had to almost change it a couple times, you know what I mean, just because I was like, oh my god, I hope this motherfucker don't get hurt.
I just felt like especially when he was in Ghana, I felt like he could have like showed some city life, and there's actually like real infrastructure there, and he just like damn near focused on the bush people. It felt like, you know what I mean. So I just felt like that's what it just seemed like to me, man. I was just like, do like an overall do like an overall scope of like the country as a whole, and then kind of pan into certain parts of it. Right. But I mean, I can sit there and critique somebody else's work all day that I didn't put any effort into myself. But I mean, honestly, but those were the issues I had with it. So I mean,
yeah. At the end of the day, this dude fucking did. You could tell this was like a passion project for him, and he did fucking. You know, he did put together an ass ton of fucking money to get there. And, you know, he was really, you know, he did it. And if that was his dream to fucking do it, fantastic. But I think that I said this on my last show, like 99% of the ball pythons that we have are so far removed from being in the wild that if you took your best snake and dropped it in a fucking burrow over there in Ghana, it would be dead in a fucking week. Okay, so I think that was unnecessary. I think that he could have saved a lot of money and just went to Justin's and said, "Hey, what temperature do you? What's your humidity in there?" Because we pretty much got it dialed in. Okay,
it's been known for a while.
Right. And I don't give a fuck. I like how we just walked past that termite mound and didn't even be like, oh, let's look in the termite mound, right? Like instead, he went and dug a 9-foot trench to just the opening of the ball python on eggs. And he was like, we don't want to disturb this girl. I'm like, bitch, you dug a 9-foot trench. Okay. Do you think that didn't disturb the fucking snake? I didn't like that he just had that no-name breeder. It made Africa seem like a continent full of bullshitters, right? Because everybody was trying to bullshit him into buying something. Even that breeder was like, oh, my ball pythons eat every week. If they don't eat every week, I put them on Flagyl. Like, what?
My snake lays 2 eggs every year. 2 eggs.
Every year. Consistently. It's a super pastel champagne.
All two of them.
Where the Google documents on these? I mean, you know what I mean? I want to see the fucking actual statistics on how you're getting these numbers. But I mean, I think kind of Dave knew that they were bullshitting him. He was just trying to make the content that he made. And I will say, bro, props to Dave Kaufman for at least having the balls to go out there.
I agree.
And being in the heat and being in that position where I'm sure it got fucking pretty hairy at some
Yeah, because I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I'm not fucking going there.
Yeah, shit, no, right?
I'm cool. I'm cool on that.
I don't know.
I respect Dave, and I like a lot of his videos. And fucking, I just think that this was a little bit too much, too late. You know, but like if this had came out in 2004, I'd have been like, "This is fucking incredible." Right. But you know, to go there and risk your ass blowing up, you know, getting killed, getting thrown in jail, like fucking, you got a lot more balls than I would do because I ain't fucking going there. You know, fuck that. I didn't like that he was surprised that it was a shithole. Right. I'm like, fucking, dude, what are you kidding me?
I show up to Africa and I'm like, get your light-skinned ass out of here.
I'm telling you, like, I'm surprised. Cool. Like, he must have been really in the cuts for nobody to understand what was coming out of his mouth because he was just like, look at this. Oh, my God. Can you smell? I got to get out of here. And I'm just like, wow, bro. Can you keep like, shut up?
That
like,
part, it was just real cringy.
The fake outrage was like, you know, a lot of what that was kind of like played up, dude. I'm like, come on. So,
but honestly,
but it's all right. He'll be at Animal Con. You could talk to him about it.
Oh, fuck yourself. Should I really go ham and just fucking vlog the whole thing and just be that? Like I'm a creator.
You should, man.
Dude, I want to hear.
I should go. Channel 5 vibe it. I swear, Channel 5 it, bro. I'm gonna get.
You're only going Saturday, right?
Just going Saturday, yes.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday.
If you're gonna vlog it, I want to hear at least 100 cheese.
Oh my God.
I want you, like, after you start talking to everybody, be like, guys, this is Dave Kaufman. He just did the movie. Go watch the movie on his channel. Gee, right?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, he practices that.
He got the, I want to say, him and Marshall Mendes have it down, bro.
Oh,
Those are the two guys that really have the cheat down. I can tell you.
It's
And
a
I'm not
lot
even saying
like
cheat, go ahead.
it's like the shocker, right? That's all it is, right?
No, actually, I mean, listen, it means love.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna end mine
like
now.
this. That's a shocker right there, bro.
One time my son walked by, he was like, "Does that guy thinks he's Spider-Man or something?" I was like, "No."
I'm gonna end all my videos. I'm gonna get a bunch of videos of just me walking, and I'm gonna end it all with fucking the minivan. One in the front, 4 in the back. All right, fucking just fucking. Here you go.
The knife hand.
The knife hand.
I'll be like, show minivan.
Oh my god.
I need like a hook now. I'm jealous.
So your boy Sean Bradley, huh? What's how'd that episode go? Didn't you have an episode with him in July or something like that?
There was no episode.
What happened?
Right.
What happened?
There was no episode. Sean had some personal problems going on, and he canceled the first episode.
The first episode.
That's crazy.
Yo, Sean is crazy.
So I mean, with all due respect, Sean Bradley, friend of Chris's. I've only heard stories of him, so I'm just saying he comes from having a podcast at one point, right? So he
big
did
time,
this before, right? Did big time, right?
Big time. As a matter of fact, Antoine and Shane Kelly both said their bucket list of fucking podcasts are Bullshit and Snakes in the Fat Man. So Sean's podcast was pretty big, like when I started, So
right,
he's been around for a while.
So you being as close as you are to Sean, how did you feel about him canceling the first show?
Chris had a sad.
I'm just curious. I mean,
honestly,
what kind of taste does that put in your mouth, Chris? I mean, do you feel like, oh fuck, or do you, I mean, the first show, mind you.
No. Honestly, I was a little pissed. I got to be honest with you, and not for canceling the show, but I had emailed him the night before, and I was just like, dude, did you really not advertise this shit at all, right? and he just goes, oh, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Oh my god.
And the problem that I see with it, and fucking look, Sean is a friend of mine. I'm not gonna deny that. But by him canceling the first show, it made everybody that had doubts about him coming back confirmed. It confirmed it. So that's what I feel bad. He's definitely going to have an uphill climb to have. When he comes back out.
What hurts him more than that, Chris, and like I said, no disrespect to the homie Sean, just saying. What hurts him more is the fact that he's continuing going, not having people who don't know him. That's what he needs. He needs people who've been in this for the last 5-6 years, and that's really tapped into this shit to actually hear what he has to say. If you keep canceling shows, I don't see how that's going to happen. You know what I mean? And from what I see, what from what you told me, he invests in mad equipment and has it all. Just saying, I don't know. Like I just,
yes, my guy Sean, get it together, bro, because that's some bullshit.
I hope.
Jesus Christ, Antoine! All right,
I want an episode. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, I want an episode. I can't. I hear like Antoine, yourself, and other people who've been Shane Kelly, motherfuckers who've been around for a minute, really fuck with this guy. So. This could be potentially something this podcast hobby really needs, or potentially not. Time will tell. I don't fucking know. We need a show. We need a show.
Well, we
need a show.
We moved it up to the 19th, and we'll go from there. I think Sean said he was going to announce it tonight. That we moved it to August 19th. So listen, fucking. It is what it is. He did put a lot of work in. Like he dumped a lot of money into this. Like unnecessarily a lot of money.
like a 14-year-old going in on a fucking.
well, you know what it was. Sean Bradley should go. To...
This is Sean hired them.
I didn't know that. I didn't mean to. I didn't know those fucking.
It's a circle.
Dots connected. That bad.
Woo!
Well,
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
The universe got a way of putting shit together, don't it?
No, it's. But he dumped a lot of money into it, and it's it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like he definitely has detractors and people that hate him, but he also has a contingent of people that'll fucking take a bullet for him. So,
well, why do we think we have a bunch of people who hate him, Chris? Does everybody know?
Because
he left the hobby fucking swinging and guns a blazing. That's fucking why.
All due respect. That's another thing too. Like here, he is up against all odds because of people that I've heard that he burned. You know what I mean? And regardless, you burn a bridge, you still have to come back and cross it. Where the fuck? What do you do when the bridge is burnt? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know details, and there's two sides of every story too. Trust me, I've been a fucking big victim. Not even a victim, but been somebody who has certain things said about that wasn't the truth. So there's always two sides, regardless what the fucking case was. It would have been good if he just did the first episode, but
yeah,
fuck it. It is like Chris said. It is what it is. Who gives a shit? Move forward.
Well, also I can understand.
Hopefully he drops it, and we can just keep it moving.
Yeah, I understand that if you have health issues, and you have to do it during a show,
Chris, I did a podcast in the ER room. In the fucking ER room, my ass bleeding, my ass leaking. Literally, I was so fentanyled out. Okay, I had the nurse coming, checking my blood pressure. Go back to that episode. She was, oh wow, your blood pressure too high, and I'm like, you know what I mean? And I was like, who knows what level I was on, but bro, and this show matters. Chris, you did the same thing. You've gone live from the hospital, or you've done a show from the hospital. Yeah. Like this shit matters. So. You talking to people who this is our life right here, bro. We ain't fucking around. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
No, I don't want to give him excuses, but I do want to say if I would have bet money on when he was going to crash and burn, I would not have picked the first episode. Okay. So I think that, hopefully it'll start on the 19th and then keep going until the end of the year. And I mean, he already got sponsors, so we'll see what happens.
All right. With that being said, let me ask you this, Chris. I'm sure there's newer people you've probably taken some taken a relationship with because they support you. It's hard to not friend somebody who loves you so much. And I'm sure you've gotten that kind of support where you're like, oh, he's the homie, man. He loves you so much. But how many of those homies have come to you with an idea? And maybe even I'm kind of relating to somebody. Has anyone come up to you, asked you how to start a podcast or wanting to start a podcast or do something that you're good at and wants your advice or want you to teach you how to do it?
It's happened a lot. That Wolfie's Royal podcast over in England, In Blue, the In Blue girls, I helped them a lot when they were first getting started. And I don't mind helping people. Cool thing about Wolfie's Royal podcast is he literally did everything. Like I laid out a process, and that motherfucker followed it to the fucking T. Mm-hmm. And you appreciate it more when people actually listen to you, because a lot of people will be like, "Yo, how do you do this?" And then you start telling them, and they don't do anything that you fucking tell them to do. They'll buy shitty mics, they'll buy shitty equipment, so it's cool to fucking help people out, and I don't mind. There's so many podcasts out there now that I listen to, even though. They may not be my favorite thing, but I'll give them a listen on YouTube and Spotify, so they have, two numbers, at least two extra numbers. So,
want to know what one asshole did to me?
Yeah, go ahead. I knew this was coming. Go ahead.
This before and this is what made me realize, no disrespect, but if you want to join my Patreon, you will have to pay that month because of this one asshole. Okay. Because it used to be where they didn't charge you until after 30 days. You got 30 days basically, and then boom, you get charged. Well, fuck that, not anymore because of this asshole. So this asshole, right? He really wanted his biggest thing was a podcast and start a Patreon page. Two biggest things. And I was like, well, what do you do? And he breeds some colubrids and a couple other stuff, but nothing where I'm like, all right, see where this goes, and he joined my Patreon and he's like, I want your time. And I think we talked for maybe a week straight. And he joined at $50 a month, and I'm like, all right, I'm that's part of the tier. I'm going to give you my attention, you know, and honestly, because I thought, you know, I kind of knew him, so I was like, I want this guy to go somewhere. Literally after that week, he started a Patreon. Then he deactivated he started a Patreon to check this. He started the Patreon, got his first podcast with a thumbnail, which I helped him with the thumbnail, right? And then he canceled my Patreon. Like, no, he told me, hey man, I'm probably gonna have to downgrade to $5 a month when I'm like within like the same week or the same 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, that's no problem. Then it just went to him, just not even like his card didn't go through or something like that, and just went to deactivate. But I was like, this son of a bitch, you got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? And all, you know, he did all that to get information from me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know me, I'm my ADD. Like I have to be careful where I put my energy nowadays. I have to be very, very selective. You know, and there's just some people out there that just won't like. Here's the thing too, like so many people will think, oh, I'm gonna start a Patreon page, people are gonna join. No, you have to push it. It's not easy. It's hard. You always have to fucking let people know what you're gonna do for them. You got to give them you have to stay tapped in. And when you're doing a million other fucking things, sometimes it's hard. Oh fuck my Patreon members, you know what I mean? So it's not easy to do. So of course this jackass, I think he never even got a Patreon member. Nothing, just started it, got his information, never did anything with it. And that was that, you know, which makes it even kind of like saltier for me because got all the information, did nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what's like, you know, that's frustrating. So for you to see, or for you to have someone who actually takes your information and do something with it, especially still stays loyal to you, you know, that's rewarding to see. But that, not even that could happen, Chris. Again, that's why you want to talk about chondros, right? Like people want to keep chondros. But people don't understand that things happen with chondros, especially if you keep buying them, right? So they'll keep coming and asking you for information, where these motherfuckers are so caught up in their own head, changing things, not taking your advice, talking to someone else, doing their thing to the point where the animal does crash, the animal doesn't eat. So when they go back to you. My animal won't eat. Well, why won't your animal eat? Well, because I, you know, did put a spotlight on it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? And that is never ending in the chondro community, bro. Like, the more you put yourself out there that you are in the chondro game, you have all these dipshits who are just getting into the chondro game, just got their first import at a show, just whatever, their first new experience in the chondro game, wanting all this information, energy from you, and 9 out of 10 does not take the information. They'll do something else. Idiots.
Yeah, no, luckily all the people that I've helped out have went on. And even if they didn't listen to 100% of it, they listened to, you know, 50 or 60% of it. So I'm happy with that. So, but there are dickheads that, well, you know this, you fucking breed. You know these time wasters and tire kickers that, you know, how many people, you know, kept you on 30 emails for a ball python sale and then just ghosted you or fucking said, I have to check with my wife. It's the same fucking thing. So
I give people 2 questions. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and if I see there's a pattern where they're going to just keep going, bye. I don't give a fuck. I just don't, because this is unnecessary. Like, I understand ask more questions after we go further down. You know what I'm saying? But Morph Market, and I love Morph Market. I'm not going to say nothing. John, Morph Market's amazing. But I'm just saying Morph Market is a fucking goddamn cesspool of people who just feel like, I'm just going to waste some fucking time today. Let me just ask questions. I had one lady who literally was like, we were to the next day where she wanted to go through on a $5,000 super dwarf snake, right? And she's like, her decision why she didn't want to do it is because she has too many cats. So I'm like, that's your final, you have too many cats. After you just talked to me for almost a day and a half about this, you know what I mean? And she's like, well, you know, I got to stay under 6.5 feet. So I'm just going to go to Reach Out Reptiles and be on their wait list.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. What I do, like last year, I had a fucking clutch of ball python eggs. I was so aggravated, right? I was fucking like pissed. And I was like, fuck, now I got to hatch these out and just sell them all, right? So I took pictures of them, put them up on Morph Market. Somebody just, you know, contacted me and said, yeah, what's up, man? I love the podcast. I'd like to buy this clown from you. Do you have a couple more pictures? And I just wrote back, no. Right? Just ended it there, right?
I love that, bro. Like,
and he answers back, no, question mark. And I answer back no, period. Right? Like, yeah, no. And I'm not gonna fucking waste my time taking 30 pictures of a fucking $300 animal that fucking, my time is worth more than that. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you want to another what grinds my gear morph market moment for me. I sold one of my
just for the record. Wait. Before you go on with your story, John Layman, I love morph markets. Probably one of the best.
No, this has nothing to do with John. John can't help it. John, that's like okay. I open up this mall with a bunch of Gucci stores and shit. You can't get mad at the people that show up. Yeah. Like right. John, God bless John, and John is very fair, bro. John, like I've had people try to like complain about shit that I've like, for whatever, and he's like, and his team, they know what they're doing. Morph market is the shit, but you can't help people being on morph market and just wanting to bust your balls. But check this shit out. So this guy, man, we make this deal, which it was another fucking stretch of a deal. I ended up giving him like 3 of my nice looking boa constrictors that I bred for my first litter, and I was like, oh, they're going to a good home. 2 months later, this guy's like, hey man, I ended up selling those 3 boas for some rodents to my I ended up getting for some feeders. Can you explain to them the genetics? I'm like, no, I'm not. How about that? I was like, I'm not going to. No. He's like, well, I was like, I already told you what the genetics are. Scroll up. He's like, well, I'm just not too familiar with them. I'm like, that's not my problem. I'm not going to go fucking talk to this guy after you just sold my snakes for some rodents, you motherfucker. God, that was a suck to the balls, bro.
Yeah.
He probably fed the snakes to his rodents for all I know. Who fucking knows?
I had a wholesaler once that we would sell to with eyeballs. And when the wholesaler would sell the snakes at the shows, they actually told them, if you ever have any questions on the snake, call Chris at Eyeballs. And the wholesaler fucking told him to do that. So I'm getting all these calls. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm Joe Jack from fucking Alabama. And I'm like, and how did you get this? And he tells me the breeder's name. And I had sold that guy, 30 snakes like 6 months ago. So people are fucked up, man. People are fucking cunts. And, 80% of the people at shows are assholes and they'll fuck you. But 20% are really fucking cool. Just that you got to find that 20%. That's all.
There's just been a saying that's been just been going in my head lately and I can't get it out. And I feel like it's fucking true. And this is nice guys finish last, man. The nice guys are always going to be the ones that get the fucking shit end of the stick. Telling you right now, that's why you got to read through people and don't give them the benefit of the doubt all the time.
That's exactly right.
Listen, here, it's like you have a heart, right? Go with your heart, but don't be bamboozled by somebody who's blatantly giving you signs that they aren't after your best interest. And here's the thing. I don't know if I'm just good at reading people, Chris, Antoine, but I could just see when someone's not genuine. I could see when someone is a fucking wannabe. You know what I'm saying? And as much as you are wanting to be notified or be recognized with somebody who's probably popular, dude, if you don't fit in your circle, then fucking move on. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be a part of something. Like, Antoine, did you ever have to, feel like, why am I kicking it with these people? Like, I mean, this is probably I'm growing and they're not.
It's
like take a piss while you're talking about that.
It's a lot of forced friendships in this thing too, man. Like, even if you have like one business transaction with somebody, or you like go to their house and the ultrasound their animals or something like that, all of a sudden now you're kindred spirits. And then, I mean, it's cool to develop a friendship organically, but when it's forced, I'm like, no, man, like I can't do it this shit too. So like, even like with my Patreon, there's some people who come in there generally just wanting to learn and asking a bunch of questions, and it's cool. But I appreciate the guys that hit me up and go, hey, I only want to join your VIP so I can talk to Miguel. I'm like, okay. So, you know what I mean? So when you leave, I know why you left too. It just, you know what I mean? Like, but you also have those people who are a part of it and they say they have other intentions, but then get upset when they see you in a picture with someone they don't like. So they leave your Patreon because they're upset. Like that.
That's what I tell people. Like I don't even have friends anymore. Like at 49 years old, I don't have friends. I just have people around me that haven't fucked me yet. Okay, so fucking I just keep hanging out with them, and I know that eventually they're gonna end up fucking me. But the people that get mad at you for taking a picture with one of their enemies, I love that. That's fucking awesome.
That's just goofy as fuck, man. Like literally, like the picture got posted, he left the group chat the moment he saw it, and then a couple of days later, he left the fucking Patreon. I'm like, you're in your 40s, bro. Like that's it. Like no explanation, no nothing and shit like that too. And a lot of times when people leave, I hit them up with follow-up questions and shit like that too. But like I don't believe in coincidences. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know why you left. I know why you left. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, Dad, you left and it got hot. It is.
I was very close by, very close by. But I mean, my biggest thing, and this is what Chris, I'm sure you're a certain way because of your experiences. I'm sure you've had things in your life that say, "Fuck how you feel." This is what I saw and experienced. Want to know what I experienced? A top 5 ball python breeder in the world blocking somebody and then unblocking them, or being worried about someone's growth to where you didn't want to associate with them. Back to what I said at one point, do you feel like there's certain big breeders out there that won't sell to certain breeders?
Yeah,
yes, that's yes for a fact.
Yeah, I mean Billy could be a dick sometimes, but hey, look.
Hey, I want to get real about something right now, okay? Billy, I love you. Shout out to Billy. He's a tough guy. But I asked Billy this question. I asked him go back and watch the podcast, okay, and tell me if I'm wrong. But I asked Billy this question. Billy, do you feel like there's ever a big top breeder in the States that was going to sell you a snake and they just refused not to? And he said, no, that's never happened. And then we talked about another scenario where he inquired about a snake and he asked if he could get $500 off. And the seller said, no, I'm not going to sell it to you. And then Billy took some time and said, fuck, why did I do that? I better go back and ask him. And then like within that same day, or who knows, he was like, hey, can I get that snake? Nope, sorry, that snake's gone. Just saying, I don't think that snake was gone. I think that snake was right there, right fucking there, still available. And he just chose not to fucking sell it because that's just the way it plays. That's the way it works. But that's just one case. I feel like there's tons of people out there who are hoarding shit, like purposely keeping stuff, and they even sell it to other people to make sure it does not get into the other people's hands. That's a certain big game that happens.
Dude, I know for a fact when people inquire about animals and one seller is going, well, what are your intentions with the animal? Can I ask that? And they go, well, I'm going to do this with it. And they're like, okay, it's not for sale.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, it was. Remember when the Stranger just came out, and we had bought Strangers, and fucking the guy in the Netherlands wouldn't sell to to Brock or to Wilbanks or to any of those guys. The only reason that he sold to the people that he did sell to was because none of us were really big time breeders at the time. So he didn't want to sell it to a Wilbanks or a Brock and get have them just flood, have there be 50 Strangers available in 6 months, So I think he kind of ran the project the right way, but fucking, it's a hard thing, man. So fucking, of course, top breeders aren't going to sell to top breeders often, but I would assume it happens quite a bit,
I feel like one thing I love about Billy is that still makes him, he's still unstoppable. Billy was against all odds back when he was getting fed misinformation in like 2010 that held him back like 2 years. Like Billy's been through the dirt with this shit. And that's why I love Billy. You know what I mean? Like it's like that guy's been through a lot, all of it. I feel like.
Hey Chris, with this market right now, though, do you think there's actually a true like competition breeders who think that there's a finite amount of animals out there where they feel like they're direct competitors, or you think it's a big enough market now where none of that matters?
I think it's big enough where it doesn't matter these days. Fucking, I was talking to somebody else, 2 weeks ago, and we were just like, imagine how many ball pythons are just being killed right out of the egg for fucking, cobra food or fucking, tegu food because they're not worth anything. So I think we have so many ball pythons in the country that we're killing ones that aren't worth anything. So I also think that the market is really skyrocketing with the over $1,500 snake and not so much with the paycheck snakes anymore. So,
I feel like the positive side of that is that the ball python market as a whole will attract breeders to pet people for sure. And one thing I love about the shows and why, as much as I can never see myself vending, which I don't want to talk to you later about this, but I mean, I don't know, like to have to take your animals and vend is like, man, you got to really be down for that shit, man, because that's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment. you're taking your animals around other animals and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
I had Corey Martin on. Shouts to Corey Martin. She's gangster as fuck. Corey Martin Reptiles is sick. Love Corey. But I asked Corey because Corey seems like she has protocols down, you know. And I asked Corey, I was like, so Corey, we're talking about Nido and all this shit. I mean, and you go to animal shows. What about those snakes that are around those snakes, you know, at the shows? And now, are you just going to put them back in with your collection? And she actually has a showroom. Like she has a room where she brings her snakes from the shows, quarantines them for however long she needs to, and takes them to her actual main collection. How many people are doing that? Let's be real.
Yeah. But fucking Corey is top tier. You know,
right?
Yeah, fucking A. I mean,
a 1%er.
she definitely is. You know, she got it dialed in, and you know the funny thing is she's had it dialed in for fucking years. So you know, Corey knows her shit. I you know, I would buy from fucking Corey in a fucking heartbeat. So
me too.
Not that I'm looking for anything, and I know there's gonna be a bunch of Huffman comments and fucking stupid shit, but fucking
Hypo Huffman turbos, baby.
Yeah, get that Hypo Huffman fucking pod. Can't wait for that. But Corey's been a friend of mine for years. I mean, she was on the first Hot Chicks episode. She was on 15 Minutes. I mean, we've been friends for a while, and I love her to death. And fucking, if anybody's gonna buy shit, buy from Antoine and fucking Corey and fucking everybody else that's listening to this shit, because everybody else is cool as fuck.
Hey, asshole! I sell fucking ball pythons too, so. Thanks.
Oh, whatever. I saw. I don't know. I only saw about 38 videos of you today on Instagram of your hand in front of the wall. Fucking looking at the snake.
38. Usually I hit 40 at this point, but hey,
you do a lot. Like honestly, I don't know how you do so much fucking social. I mean, on Instagram, I can never. I can't even do a story. I have to share people's stories. I don't even know how to make my own. That's why when Antoine shares something, I'm like, "Oh, thanks, brother. Share." You know.
I try not to get in my head about this, Chris. But I have like a list of. I have a couple like. I don't know if it's when I have my ordeals going on in my head mentally, but I have a list of people I keep track of. One of them is a window shopper list. If you constantly waste my time and you're honestly you're on that window shopper list. Another list is I forgot what it was. God damn it. I'm high.
Oh, man, you're fucking toweling, man.
Wait, what are we talking?
Do you have a group of people who just message you for the sake of messaging you with like no real substance to it? Because I get a lot of that shit.
Well, here's a question I have.
Go ahead, please, Chris. Maybe I can think.
Here's a question. Do you find that there's people that just because they listen to you will contact you and talk to you like they're your fucking buddy, and they just start telling you what they're doing over the weekend and fucking they're doing all this weird shit that I'm just like, oh okay. And you know, half the time I don't answer back, but it's an uncomfortable fucking feeling. Unless you're a hot chick, then I'll answer back all fucking day. But fucking if you're a dude, fucking like I don't care, you know. So I get a lot of dudes though.
Wow.
Yeah,
right on.
I'll admit that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll admit that.
Off topic, bro. And I was supposed to bring this up earlier, but I'm not going to say the name. And I'm pretty sure if you want to say the name, I'm sure it's going to hit home to you. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck. Okay. But I was at what show was it? Bill Stiegel was with me. Oh, Anaheim Super Show. Shout out to Rami. Shout out to sponsor. Anaheim Super Show. What a time. Reptile Super Show, right? We came across the table and there was a legendary couple there. Okay. And let's just say this has been somebody I've been trying to get on this show for ever since Unfiltered. Forrest talked about her a lot, okay? And basically go by the table. I'm talking to her for a while, and I'm like, hey, you know, can you please come on my show? Like, you're like one of Forrest's main guests to have back in the day, and I know you didn't like to really be on the show back then, but anyways.
You're talking about Tracy Barker.
No. Okay, hold on.
Okay, you're right.
So she's like, well, here's the thing. And I let her see what she wanted to say. And she was very hesitant. She's like, listen, I'm not sure. I'm a very conservative woman. I don't like to, like to talk and put myself out there. But I could tell you what, it's not looking good because the last guy to ask me to come on a show was a hot chick sting. And I'm like, she's like, and he cusses. And I don't know if I want to be a part of anything like that. And I'm like, oh my God, Chris Eaton. I was like, what the
Oh.
fuck?
What you do?
And-
What you do to Colette, bro?
That's all. Wow.
How dare you, Chris?
There
Son
it
of
is.
a bitch.
Nobody's safe.
No,
Wow.
it's all good. Fucking, I don't remember asking Colette to be on the Hot Chicks episode.
She sure got that email, pal. I can tell you that much. And
No,
I'm pretty sure you told her about the makeup too.
Unless
I'm
you got the
pretty sure-
screenshot from the girl.
Because was that makeup thing like a group thing? Like didn't you say that makeup like that email was like sent to all the girls, right? Like,
Well, it was sent to the 12 girls that were going to be on.
and she. Oh, okay. Was she a part of that 12?
No,
Or like,
she was not.
Okay.
Well,
So
like,
it was the girl who leaked the email. That's
It
probably
was
how she saw
something
it.
because she said, yeah, she's like some hot chick exploiting girls. Like I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? I was like, what the? I was like, I'm wondering if you emailed her like, hey, wear fucking makeup or something. That's why I was like, oh my God, did you do this to her?
I wouldn't have emailed Colette that entire message because fucking I bought shit from Colette when I was out in LA. You know, I mean 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Sorry, Colette.
Look, Bill remembers. Look, he's so degrading to women.
Oh shit.
Bill was there the whole time because Bill's like, nah, motherfucker, I'm getting her on first, you know, because Bill would love to have her on the show, you know. So
right.
But like we're after leaving the conversation, we're looking at each other like, yeah, I think we're fucked, bro. Like, I don't think, you know, because listen how I cut, like when she said like cussing, and I was like, oh, there goes me, eliminates me right away. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I had one shout out to fucking Mark Hager from Texas Chondros, my boy right there, but I had him on Unfiltered, and he didn't tell me his mom, his real conservative mother, was going to watch, right? And Unfiltered, dude, my mouth, I don't know if I was purposely cussing or I was just angry, but I was saying fuck after fuck after fuck after fuck. I just could not stop saying any cuss word, and she was just like, "Oh my God!" Like she gave feedback to her son, like amazing podcast, but what that MJ like is. What a mouth, you know what I mean? So when I brought him back on, I was like, dude, I'm not going to say one cuss word. Okay. Which, right. So I did my very best. I think I went to like 50 minutes. And the problem was I was drinking wine. I don't know why I was drinking wine, but as soon as that wine started fucking hitting me, I just started slipping them out. And then I ended up, I was keeping them down. I ended up saying 8 fuck words. And after the second fuck, I said, if I say any more fucks, I'm going to donate $50 to US Art. I said 6 more fucks after that and had to donate, I think it was 400 some bucks to US Art, bro. Like all because of that stupid thing. But his mom still loved it. But
I can't do that. I don't even know I'm cursing half the time. So
me neither, dude.
And next super show you go to, I'll send you a fucking tank top. Tell fucking Colette, send me a picture of her. We'll knock this shit out. Fucking
put a sticky note. Wear some makeup.
Oh my God.
Slap on some makeup. Yeah.
Slap.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I never ask for pictures from these chicks, right? And one chick sent me a picture, and that started like a realm because the fucking chicks are so jealous of each other. They're like, I'm not letting that bitch get away with it. I'm gonna fucking take a picture.
It's perfect. Right? It's perfect marketing for sure. Because
that's how it rolls up. But what's great is that now people aren't even sending me pictures of their faces. It's just their tits, like fucking squared out. So I don't even know who fucking sent it. So I have to dig and stalk on Facebook and find a fucking boob to match the woman. So it's a lot of fun. It's just something that that when you have time to, you should really do something like that. Oh, the guitar. That's right. Fuck. That's Colette and Dan signed the guitar that Jeremy was doing for US Arc. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
It is what it is, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? What
the fuck are you gonna do about it? Hey, dude, listen, this has been amazing 2 hours, man. I gotta say, I don't know, Chris. It's never a dull moment. I mean, obviously we had help. We had fucking big Antoine in the house.
Dude, we got 2 hours of content for people to cut up and clip and post out of context. It's gonna be.
I gotta say, man, there was some heat.
There's going to be some shit.
But if you want to go ahead, I have a wrap-up question from Antoine. If you want to go ahead and get one ready to go after this one, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Antoine, I'm curious, man, with all this growth that you have in play with your ball pythons, how much do you feel like you're getting more local support versus out of state support. Do you feel like you kind of sense, I don't want to say the word jealousy, but just more people competing with you because you're more closer to home, basically in the state of California, versus people who support you in like, fucking in the East Coast or Midwest and shit like that?
California don't fuck with me at all, I don't think. Like, it's a big difference between the California shows and like Texas and Illinois and stuff like that too. So I don't know if it's that or it's just coincidental, but I don't get the same feeling as when I'm at a local show than when I'm like out of state, and that shit is nuts. So I don't know, man. It could be my imagination or it could just be a coincidence. Who knows? But I feel like I get less support here.
But I mean, like, let me ask you this, because I don't know, like, I don't want to say image is everything, but you have a certain kind of like demographic about you that there's not too many black motherfuckers in this game who kind of shows their face out there with the reptiles as much as you do. You know what I'm saying? So do you like kind of feel like you're on a solo mission with this? Is what I'm trying to get at.
I think like there are a ton of black breeders out there, like men and women too, but I do feel early on that I was like pushed. You know what I mean? Like, right. I feel like and then I felt even the people who felt like they needed to push me out there for some reason, like I think people felt I was able to fit in like multiple demographics. So I was like the canary in the mine shaft to kind of get out there and show, hey, you know what? You can be a personality and you can be a quality breeder, and that there's actually like people of color out here that's killing it in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was kind of an experiment, and I think a lot of people are following suit now. But you know what I mean? I'm not like oblivious to it. I know it was an experiment, and to me it worked.
What's up? Go ahead, Chris.
All right. I have one question for Antoine.
Whoa.
Are you seeing a noticeable increase in the line of women that want to fuck you at every show? Because I am well aware that in the Zoom call, you are one of the number one guys that women want to fuck. So how much has it increased in the last year? And has it increased more after the 15 minutes of lame announcement that you won?
Oh yeah, it starts in the DMs first. So they try to like they try to plan ahead before the shows. So you know what I mean? But I'm all about showing and preserving our reptiles, and that's all I care about at these shows. So
shut the fuck up.
Damn, you sound like conservation Carl.
So that's it. It's all about the animals for me. So I leave all the other stuff.
That's great.
In the inbox.
All right. That's awesome. Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024 too? Right.
Making a comeback.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta miss him.
It's funny.
Yeah, yeah. With $8 gas out there, I'd be missing them every day too. So I agree. All right, dude, Antoine, thanks for taking the time, man. Thanks for fucking driving all the way down there.
You motherfuckers are family, bro. So anything for you guys.
Now
man.
I'm gonna have to feed his ass. That's not easy. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Pizza, man. Shit, I'm cheap.
Yeah, but he gets the XL. You know what I mean? To himself. I got to give him his own box.
Frank's pizza, man. Shout out to Frank's.
Any up and coming shows you want to plug up real quick, Chris? Let the people know.
I'm good. Well, on the 19th, watch me on bullshit. And fucking
say reminders for that one. Okay. Let me ask you: is this YouTube channel up? Like, is there something where people can go set a reminder, or is that not even up yet?
I have no idea. I think he has a YouTube channel up, but has no videos on it. But I'm pretty sure he's streaming it there, so it's gonna be alive. So,
I for one am excited. I cannot wait till he comes on. You hear bullshit podcast. I like it, man.
I'm just looking forward to
tapping in. Shout out to Shore, man.
I want to see what it's all about for sure. And you listen day by day. And I'm excited, man. Again, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time. And then everyone out there, thank you so much for tapping into Nobody's Safe Session. Make sure you hit that like before you dip out and hit your subscribe button if this is your first time watching this. And yeah, man, thank you so much. You guys have a good night. Chris, enjoy your night. Antoine, you ready to go eat some pizza or what?
Here.
All right, guys.
You got it. I'll talk to you guys later. Chee.
Yeah, we out.
He did it.